I'm Catherine Doan, and I'm honored to be the current chairperson of AgScape. We're excited to celebrate our 30th anniversary. Now more than ever, it's important to share, connect, and engage with today's students who are tomorrow's consumers and influencers. I'm proud of the AgScape organization's adaptability to meet the changing needs of our agriculture and food education program delivery. In my professional career, I see firsthand the need for educated, skilled, and motivated people to work in the agriculture and food sector today and in the future. Congratulations, AgScape, on 30 years.
At a critical time, I was Chief of Staff for the Ontario Corn Producers Association. And our organization and a bunch of other farm organizations were really keen on ways of making our message better known to the general public. And one of those was through agriculture in the classroom. And there'd been an organization that had been was essentially part of the Ontario Ministry of Agriculture, Food and Rural Affairs, or whatever it was called at the time. And they wanted to transfer that over to farm organizations and others to run it. So we were very supportive of that.
As an honorary life member, I am pleased to comment on the successes achieved through 4 decades of focus on agri-food education. As a former OMAFRA staff member, I am proud of the roles we shared in this priority. It is important to remember that the seeds of the Agriculture in the Classroom program were planted in the mid-1980s. Educational resources and leadership by teacher consultants, support from the Ministry of Education, and partnerships with volunteers from a variety of farm and rural organizations were key components of building a successful program. I continue to support AgScape philosophically and financially because I believe in the legacy that we are creating for agri-food awareness and food literacy education.
Congratulations to AgScape as an organization, to all the staff and all of the important folks that have helped make AgScape what it has been and what it has become over the last 30 years. Simply put, celebrating 30 years is absolutely incredible, and I'm very excited to be part of the next 30 years moving forward. As a new father, I've also got a new perspective on what the future means, from food safety to food security and to food literacy. You know, we've got a lot of work to do ahead of us in the industry collectively, and I think AgScape is one of the best avenues and organizations to help us do that, to help keep everyone informed on what we know about agriculture and agri-food.
Congratulations, AgScape, on your 30th anniversary. We're so proud of all the work that you're doing in classrooms across Ontario, delivering that accurate, balanced, and current information on agriculture and food. And we couldn't be prouder to have you at the national table for Agriculture in the Classroom Canada. You are such an integral part of what we do, and our collaborations are endless.
30 years brings a lot of changes. For me, none more important than the name change to AgScape, and evolving from brochures and pamphlets to an online presence. A decade ago, we assumed that we had made the right move, but the past year, filled with words like remote and Zoom and Google Meets, well, our past assumptions have moved right into a pandemic reality, and AgScape is ready.
My name is Don Lau. I was a career farmer, and I continue to support agriculture in many ways. I support AgScape because people only embrace what they understand and believe. When our teachers and then our consumers of tomorrow understand our food production system, they will embrace the science and agri-practices that ensure a sustainable supply of healthy food.
We align with organizations like AgScape, 4-H, and Agriculture in the Classroom because they're committed to reaching Canadian youth and educators to enhance their knowledge and understanding of agriculture and the agri-food industry. We choose to partner with AgScape because we recognize that understanding where our food comes from, how it's grown, how it's prepared, they're all invaluable lessons that influence how our society sees the agriculture and agri-food industry. And we also recognize that some of the students that AgScape reaches will become the future agriculture workforce and continue to shape our industry.
I am Jean Emmet, a dairy farmer, teacher, volunteer from Brant County. I was honored to be elected for a 3-year term with the original Ontario Agri-Food Education Board, now AgScape. The challenge of bringing together from across Ontario the many local volunteer organizations hosting successful events, combined with distributing quality educational material produced by various agri-food commodities, seemed daunting at first, but so very worthwhile and rewarding, resulting in 30 years of successful programs. Congratulations.
Because I believe in telling our story to students and consumers of how we produce food for them, and AgScape is doing just that in the classroom for all of agriculture. Over this past year, we've seen a greater thirst from our consumers to know where their food comes from. AgScape has been creating curriculum-based resources for schools for many years. This year, we were COVID ready with all the virtual programs developed. With the online resources, we were able to connect with more students and teachers with very positive results. Ontario agriculture is made up of many commodities, and AgScape works together with them to celebrate Ontario ag and educate our upcoming consumers to understand how healthy, safe, quality, great tasting food is produced by Ontarians for Ontarians, and also how they can become part of this awesome ag community.
The folks at AgScape have been very successful in pivoting the organization into a virtual world. We are now more accessible to people and organizations throughout the province.
This team is a credit to the founders of this organization. They are the people making a difference in classrooms and boardrooms with their dedication and innovative approach to agricultural education. I'm proud of the accomplishments and the milestones we've achieved over the past 30 years, but it is the next 30 that I can't wait to see. This group has brought us to a responsible budget, created digital resources like agri-trucking, launched the highly sought-after career competitions, and grown the Teacher Ambassador program, even in a COVID world. Applause to this team. And AgScape, congratulations on your 30th anniversary.
We have a great relationship with AgScape, and I think it's growing all the time. We now do shared business planning. We now do great projects together, like the Real Dirt on Farming Teacher's Guide, like our virtual farm and food tours that run live throughout the years. And our staff on both teams are working really closely together to make sure that our projects are always in shared collaboration and not in competition, which is really important given our limited resources on both sides. So thank you to AgScape for being such a great sister group and a great partner in this industry, and happy 30th anniversary, and we wish you many, many more years in this wonderful industry of ours.
Congratulations, AgScape, on your 30th anniversary. I have been a supporter and member of AgScape for 15 years, and I served as a director on the board for 9 years. I fully support AgScape's Ag in the Classroom programs and the critical role they play in providing objective, factual information about agriculture and food production for Ontario schools. What is more important than helping young minds develop a lifelong skill of critical thinking to discern fact from fiction about our agri-food system?
As someone who works for Beef Farmers of Ontario, one of AgScape's many commodity partners, and as someone working for a smaller organization without the capacity to be in schools ourselves, we've really come to rely on the excellent work done by the AgScape team to bring agricultural education to the classroom. We've also been so impressed with how well the AgScape team has managed to convert their programming to online to allow access to agricultural education to even more students across the province. As a farmer and as a mom, I'm also equally as impressed as I see firsthand the gaps that are left when there's a disconnect between the public and where their food comes from and how it's produced.
Hard to believe that it's been 10 years since I worked at AgScape, then known as OAFI, and started the Teacher Ambassador program. Myself and Becky Parker started going into classrooms and delivering lessons on agriculture around subjects that the teachers wanted to cover. and then started creating our own lessons and started hiring. I think we had a team of 5 teacher ambassadors by the time we hit the Canada's Outdoor Farm Show. And it was just an exciting time because we knew all of the potential that this program can have. And now 10 years later, to be able to see where it's come and how many classrooms our teacher ambassadors are going into, how many students are receiving this information, is just amazing. So excited, and want to wish AgScape a very happy 30th anniversary, and I'm very thrilled to be part of it.
It's been my pleasure to watch the AITC AgScape program grow into the organization it is today. I believe in your vision and values. Agriculture is part of the foundation of this province and this country, and will be part of our future. Going forward, I hope to see AgScape in many more Ontario classrooms, and that their curriculum is taught across this province and country. There is so much more to agriculture than farming. Thank you for sharing this message far and wide.